very hard for me to do as an actor because I've always been trained to stage whisper, which means that you can whisper so that everyone in the back of the theater can hear you, which is not very helpful for a YouTube whispering video. So I am going to read the Lucy poems by William Wordsworth, or at least some of the Lucy poems, depending on how bored I get. I am going to test different whispering voices as well as different distances from the camera. So this is sort of a test video, but I'm hoping to get an actual video out of it at the same time. What I want to do is tomorrow, this is January 4th, tomorrow is 12th night. So for 12th night, the 12th day of Christmas, I want to read Dylan Thomas's A Child's Christmas in Wales, because that's my favorite Christmas story. And I want to get the voice right before then. And then after that, I want to, at some point, read the prelude to Canterbury Tales. I think that'll have to be in a couple parts. So anyway, I want to get the voice right before I do those things. So I'm going to stop zooming the camera around and distracting you, and I'm going to put it down and start reading. Okay. Strange fits of passion have I known, by William Wordsworth. Strange fits of passion have I known, and I will dare to tell. But in the lover's ear alone, what once to me befell, when she I loved looked every day fresh as a rose in June, I to her cottage bent my way beneath an evening moon. Upon the moon I fixed my eye, all over the wide lay. With quickening pace my horse drew nigh those paths so dear to me. And now we reached the orchard plot, and as we climbed the hill, the sinking moan to Lucy's cot came nearer and nearer still. In one of those sweet dreams I slept, kind nature's gentlest boon, and all the while my eyes I kept on the descending moon. My horse moved on, hoof after hoof, he raised and never stopped, when down behind the cottage roof at once the bright moon dropped. What found and wayward thoughts will slide into a lover's head? Oh, mercy, to myself I cried, if Lucy should be dead. I'm going to get a little closer now and try this distance. About halfway between normally sitting up and the camera. She dwelt among untrodden ways, beside the springs of Dove. A maid whom there were none to praise, and very few to love. A violet by the mossy stone, half hidden from the eye, fair as a star when only one is shining in the sky. She lived unknown, and few could know when Lucy ceased to be. But she is in her grave, and oh, the difference to me. Now I'm going to bring the camera right close to me and try this distance. Sorry for the zooming in and out and blah 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 like that. Yes, not very relaxing, but I don't have a steady hand. Like I said, this is a test video. I traveled among unknown men, in lands beyond the sea, nor England did I know till then, what love I bore to thee. 'Tis past that melancholy dream, nor will I quit thy shore a second time, for still I seem to love thee more and more. Among thy mountains did I feel the joy of my desire, and she I cherished turned her wheel besides an English fire. Thy morning showed, thy nights concealed, the powers where Lucy played, years she grew in sun and shower. Then nature said, a lovelier flower on earth was never sown. This child I to myself will take, and she shall mine, and I will make a lady of my own. Myself will too my darling be, both law and impulse, and with me, the girl in rock and plain, in heaven and earth, in glade and bower, shall feel an overseeing power to kindle or restrain. She shall be sportive as the fawn, and wild with glee across the lawn, or up the mountain springs, and hers shall be the breathing balm, and hers the silence and the calm of mute, insensate things. The floating clouds their state shall lend to her, or her the willow bend, nor shall she fail to see, even in the motions of the storm, grace that shall mold the maiden's form by silent sympathy. The stars of midnight shall be dear to her, and she shall lean her ear in many a secret place, where rivulets dance their wayward round, and beauty born of a murmuring sound shall pass into her face, and vital feelings of delight shall rear her form to stately height, her virgin bosom swell. Such thoughts to Lucy I will give, while she and I together live, here in this happy dell. Thus nature spake, the work was done, how soon my Lucy's race was run. She died and left to me his heart, his calm and quiet sea, in the memory of what has been, and nevermore will be. The last poem is A Slumber Did My Spirit Steal. I'm going to try that sitting up normally away from the camera in that soft whispering voice. So let's see how that goes. A slumber did my spirit steal. I had no fears. She seemed a thing that could not feel the touch of earthly years. No motion she has now, no force. She neither hears nor sees. Rolled around in earth's diurnal course, with rocks and stones and trees. That last one is my favorite. Alright, I'm going to try one more. It's not a Lucy poem. I'm going to try his sonnet, I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud. It's not a sonnet, I'm sorry. I'm going to try I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud, which you'll be familiar with once I start reading it, I'm sure. If you've read a William Wordsworth poem, it was this one. Unless it was The World Is Too Much With Us. It might have been that one instead. But if you've read one William Wordsworth poem, it will be either I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud or The World Is Too Much With Us. So I'm going to try I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud in this soft voice at different distances, but in a faux British accent, because I like faux British accents. Right now the people in the UK are probably rolling their eyes at me. I'm okay with that. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats over hills, over vales and hills. Well, let's start again. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the tree, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretched in a never-ending line along the margin of the bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their head in a sprightly dance. The waves beside them danced, but they, how did the sparkling waves and gleam? A poet could not be but gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or pensive mood, they flash upon my inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude, and then my heart with pleasure fills, and dances with the daffodils. That's a good one. I like that one. I hope you could hear it. You caught my bluff there, because I have no idea how to pronounce that word, J-O-C-U-N-D. Jocund. I know what it means, but I don't know how to pronounce it. You know what, let's do The World Is Too Much With Us. I'm going to try and recite it from memory, so if I get it slightly wrong, I'm going to recite that one very, very close to the camera in a fair British accent. waste our powers. Little we see in nature that is ours. Darn it. I don't know what happens in the middle. I'm going to look it up and do it now. Right, correct. You know what I mean. Bloody heck. My brain isn't in a mush since I left college. I used to know this whole thing. At least I think I did. Gosh, I can't even remember whether I did or not, which shows you how much my brain hasn't eaten much. Well, there's too much with us later, so page 515. This is the nice thing about whispering tapes, is that you can pretty much talk about, say anything, and people will still listen. Because it's not really about the content, it's about the sound. Although I do want my channel to be a bit about the content, because I like it. Alright. The world is too much with us, late and soon, getting and spending. We lay waste our powers. Little we see in nature that is ours. We have given our hearts away, a sordid bloom. That sea which bears her bosom to the moon, the winds that will be howling at all hours, and are upgathered now like sleeping flowers. For this, for everything, we are out of tune. It moves us not. Great God! I'd rather be a pagan suckled in a creed outworn. So might I, standing on this pleasant lea, have glimpses that would make me less forlorn, have sight of Proteus rising from the sea, or hear old Triton blow his wreathed horn. That one's probably my favorite. Oh, I can stop talking in a British accent now. That one's probably my favorite Wordsworth poem. I hope you liked it too. Alright, I think that's about it for now.